Hi class, this is Ernie Reyna and this is my week 7 submission for MPA 585 for Dr. Powell. So for this week we'll be talking about tax avoidance and ways that we can take full advantage of tax avoidance. And to make clear, tax avoidance is not tax evasion. Tax evasion is illegal. That's just not paying your taxes, which is of course illegal. When we talk about tax avoidance, it's strategic ways in which individuals can shelter themselves from paying taxes in a legal way, according to what the tax codes of the IRS say they can and cannot do. So we'll be talking about 3 ways in which we can do that. Just want to make clear that tax avoidance is legal where tax evasion is not. And according to the Stiglitz books, tax evasion is illegal. So we'll be going over these 3 advantages of tax avoidance. So our first method of tax avoidance is what's known as postponement. As an accountant, I know that it's important that transactions are driven by dates things are sold, things happen in a certain timing, and timing is everything. So in this case, and using the example in the Stiglitz books, what they're referring to is the sale date of a business, because that drives when taxes would be generated. So if something was sold to another person, a lot of times the seller will allow the buyer to lease it back, or some sort of the trick that will allow him to push it back to either a calendar year, another fiscal year. So once that becomes official, then they start to pay taxes on that business as of that point. So timing is everything, and that's what it's driven by. So it's important to note that it is legal to postpone the sale date of a transaction in order to pay taxes at a later calendar or fiscal year. So that is one method. So another method of tax avoidance is what's known as income shifting. If a company has a parent organization as well as a secondary one, a lot of times different tax rates are charged for various reasons, because one company might be making more money than another, or inherently maybe a parent is making more money than the children, obviously. So they want to take that money and put it in a different tax bracket. So they'll shift the income from one to another. So in the business sense, a parent company is making a lot more, they're taxed at the highest possible bracket. If their subsidiary isn't making as much, they may shift the income from that parent to the subsidiary less than, and the effect of that is that they're not paying as much in taxes. So it's another strategy in order to pay less in taxes. It's called income shifting, and this is a great method of doing that as well. And the third method of tax avoidance is known as tax arbitrage. This is an interesting one because arbitrage refers to situations where there's different tax rates assumed so that there's going to be a gain. And the book gives an excellent example of buying gold. And I like that because gold's selling for a certain price in one country and a different price in another. If you live in that country, it might be more beneficial to buy it from that other country, bring it over to your country and make a profit off of that because of the difference in prices. So that little difference in price, that delta, is known as the arbitrage. And that's a way that you can certainly benefit through a gain through tax avoidance. It's called tax arbitrage. So that is my presentation for week 7. To recap, we did talk about tax avoidance, gave 3 examples with postponement, income shifting, and tax arbitrage. In each one of those situations, I'm not aware of anyone that is doing that personally, but I know that it is being done and it's being used to the full advantage by many people, simply because it's a way to reduce their tax liability. And in the instance of tax arbitrage, it's a unique situation that we're trying to reduce their tax liability by those gains. So they're all beneficial. They all can have their advantages, but that is my report for this week, and looking forward to your comments. Thank you.